Welcome to Rensselaer Field in East Hartford, Connecticut. Saturday afternoon's the perfect setting for a game like this. It's the Wake Forest Demon Deacons and the Connecticut Huskies. Reese Davis, David Pollack, and Jesse Palmer with you. Holly Rowe will be keeping an eye on things on the sideline. And the Demon Deacons ready to kick it away first. That's not what he had in mind, and they'll give up good field position as the kickoff goes out of bounds. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty.
Do it! Here we go, ready, go!
On the draw, it's Reeder. Knocked down behind the line of scrimmage, he'll lose a yard.
That's how you blow up the draw play. That's supposed to hit in between the tackles, but if you can force the ball carrier to bounce outside, then you've got an opportunity to create a negative play, and they did exactly that.
After getting knocked back to open this drive, it's 2nd and 12. Quarterback may change this route. To the air on 2nd down. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
And this offensive line's got to do a little better job, man. You've got to give your quarterback time to go through his progressions from go to 1 to 2 and then maybe make a play. And he goes off of his first target, and you could tell he did not have much time getting hit as he's trying to throw the football. You've got to protect your quarterback.
It'll be 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Picked off, and the opening drive is stopped with an interception. Taking it the other way. He's at the... and he has taken it all the way back. Touchdown, Demon Deacons.
I mean, you talk about coming out of the defense and setting the tone and letting them know it's going to be a long game. Let's do this. How about a pick 6 on the first possession? Nice job by the defense coming out and striking first in this ball game.
And with the extra point, they get the first 7 of the game. He'll bring it out. It's Lang. Just able to get out to the 18-yard line on the return before he stopped. time going back to work on offense. Finding themselves down 7-0, they'd love to get a drive going here. Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Reeder. Didn't find a lot of room. Let's give him 2 out to the 20.
And the defense doing a great job committing to the run. When you commit to the run like this, obviously you can give up some plays in the passing game, but you got to stop the run first.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on 2nd down. They'll go right back to him. Stacked up after gaining a couple to the 23.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. And a lot of times we don't focus on it enough, but how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
So what do they have for 3rd and short from their own 23? Looking to throw. Setting up the screen. Turning it on. They'll make the stop, but not before they use the screen beautifully and pick up the 1st down. That was just a perfectly choreographed screen. The line got out on time. The running back had a wall in front of it.
And I think the quarterback did a really good job of selling pass and then kind of dodging the pass rush, getting it to the running back, and then let him do the rest. You got him in space, he'll pick up yards in a hurry.
They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
That back had absolutely nowhere to run the football. Actually, is he counting? I think he's counting to make sure there's only 11 guys on defense.
After losing a couple on that last play, here's 2nd and 12. Quarterback adjusting the pattern. Back to pass on 2nd down. Nice defensive play to get a hand in there and knock it away.
Sometimes it takes quarterbacks a few plays to really get into the rhythm of the game and not force things. I think the quarterback that time was really trying to force the ball to his wide receiver, but against man coverage, there were other guys on that play that were open that could have had a chance. So this quarterback just needs to settle down a little bit. He won't be throwing as many incompletions if he just lets the coverage tell him where to go with the ball.
They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long.
Ready. Flag 14. Flag 14. Hydro, hydro. Where did he go?
From the gun, wants to pass. He rifles one deep down the middle. Picked off, and they ruin an early drive with the turnover. And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception.
They'll take over 1st and 10.
Wait, let's go. Ready.
On the move, it's Wiggins. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
I love when defensive backs come up and they are physical and they stick their face in the fan and they aren't scared. Talk to the defensive coordinator coming into this game. He knew his DBs had to tackle well. They had to get these running backs on the ground. Great start on this 1st drive.
Here's Gio Lopez to throw. What a job to lay out and make the catch. Got open on the post and then had no regard for his body in making that catch.
Exactly right. You know you're going to get hit a lot of times coming over the middle of the field, but he runs that post, lays out, makes the play for his quarterback. That's a tough hombre.
The give on the counter. There's some room. That's about as close as you can get to that marker, and it will be 2nd and just a few breaths away from the 1st down.
And that would be the definition of 1st down success. Putting yourself in a good position. It's 2nd and inches. I can do whatever I want next. I can take a shot down the field. I can run the football and get a new set of downs. Like, nice 1st down execution.
And they didn't get it forward an inch. Defense wins the battle up front.
And just a great job by the defense being stout, right? That's your job. Be stout up front, stuff in the run play, make them get in more passing situations, but do not let them run the football. That's 101. Stop the run first.
They'll try to bully their way for the first. Breaks into the open. Got some room headed to the goal line. And he runs it in for the score. Touchdown, Demon Deeks.
And they just keep feeding it to their workhorse back to open this game. Great job in the open field. He's got tremendous vision. He can make people miss. You saw all of that on display here in the opening drive.
And they tacked on the extra point.
14, UCONN, 0.
He'll bring it back looking for help. Tackled and brought down at the 23-yard line, so not a whole lot of room on that return. This drive opens up at the 23-yard line. On the move. Good, solid, determined run there. They'll mark him down at the 27. Wide receivers everywhere on 2nd and 6. Looking to fire. Trying to make magic with his feet. Slides, avoids the hit. What a play to convert on 2nd and long.
Well, I think you're starting to see some examples of why this guy is inexperienced in a freshman quarterback, right? Obviously, he's thrown a couple picks earlier in the game. That scramble right there, he's got to get down. He's got to take care of himself and slide. Great job, nice athleticism, good decision to take off scrambling and help his offense, but you really are seeing his inexperience shine through here in this game.
Running inside, it's Christian.
That's a really nice play. It's impressive. Once first down, the defense thinks you might be running the football. You still can line up. You can get some movement at the point of attack and find a little crease for your running back.
Reads it, fires complete. Able to make his way past the sticks for the first down, and the time is going to drain out here in the first quarter. We've reached the end of the quarter, and Wake Forest has the lead. As we get a look at some stats, this is the best start they could have hoped for.
14, UCONN, 0.
So after the break, they'll go back to work.
Ready, ready. Ready to go.
On the ground, it's Reeder. He gets nothing, and they keep plowing ahead with the running game, and they've got very little to show for it.
That back had nowhere to go. The defensive line ate up the blocks, but how about the linebacker swarming in, coming in and making a great play on the ball carrier?
They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10.
Down, ready. Ready, go.
Back to pass. He's going to take off. There he goes. Slides past the sticks, and he converts on 2nd and long. Great awareness on the scramble. They have been stagnant on offense, but finally a little forward movement as they've got a 1st and 10.
Here we go. Ready. 180. Go, go.
Now they'll try the right side.
A lot of times you see these defenses, man, they pull the run blitzes. They understand the formations. It might be a run, play the percentages, and then you got to deal with the big defensive tackle inside. So more bodies near the line of scrimmage. Everybody's got to pick him up, but they didn't block the most important guy, the big fella right in the middle.
Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9.
Ready. Go.
Quarterback running on the draw. He breaks a tackle. He's brought down, but not before they pick up the big 1st down.
And this offense has got it all working, right? It's just been tough. This defense is on its heels, can't figure it out. A bunch of plays in a row now, a bunch of success. This offense is doing what they want to do, how they want to do it.
And it's a fumble on the play. Defense falls on the ball. Going to be a turnover.
Nice heads-up play by the defense to jump on that ball after it got popped out.
The Demon Deacons offense makes its way out to start this drive. They've already put a couple of scores up, and they look to add to it on this drive. They'll move the tight end. Keeping it on the ground with the running back. Finds his way ahead for 3 out to the 16.
And those body blows really, really matter. Like, I want to be able to hand the ball off to my running back 10, 15 times a game. Make the defense tackle them, wear them out. Sometimes these 3 to 4 yard runs, later in football games, they turn into 5 to 15 to 20-yard gains just because of the body blow effect.
And that's going to fall to the ground incomplete. That was a physical matchup there. 3rd down coming.
And the big tight end, a lot of times that's a bigger strike zone, a bigger dude, and you can tell they put the hit on him, and that ball came out, and it came to the turf. Nice job playing physical by this defense.
Now facing a 3rd and long. Throwing, Lopez. Fires to the right. Oh, they really could have used that catch there. Physical pass defense. It brings up a 4th down. The Demon Deacons will bring the punt team onto the field. Getting our first look of the afternoon at the punter. Not a lot of room to make this catch. He only needs a sliver of daylight. Well, they finally stop him, but he found some running room on that return and really helps out his offense to start this drive. The Huskies offense out there and ready to go. When you're playing from behind, you can't afford to give it up the way they did the last drive, David.
No doubt, you cannot give the football away. Again, turnovers are the biggest stats in winning and losing games. You're behind, Palmer. Take care of the ball, but we got to go get a score here.
Yeah, and they just got to do a better job executing. I like the game plan so far for them, but they just need to go out and do a better job connecting the dots.
Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long.
Ready? Blue 22, blue 22. Go, go.
The run inside. It's Reeder. And just wedges it ahead a bit before he's brought down.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
From the 36, a 3rd down, and you wonder if they're willing to take 2 plays to get the first. Fires to the tight end. Oh, he's got some space. He goes out of bounds across the 25, marking at the 24, and this defense, its head is spinning.
Every drive is obviously important, but now that you've dug yourself a hole, this offense, they need to score here. Like, before the half, they need to move this ball down the field. Nice job in the passing game. Got to put a few together. Need to get some points to cut into this lead right before the half.
The option look. He stopped dead in his tracks again. No running room to be found. They keep trying it and have had very little success. We've reached the 2-minute timeout, and a score on this drive would do wonders for their confidence. Got stuffed on 1st down. It's 2nd and 10. Might be calling a hot route.
Here we go, ready. Black 88, black 88. Ready, go.
2nd down, he'll throw it. Under fire. Slides to the ground. He got away and picked up the 1st down on a 2nd and long.
Nice job by the QB, sitting back in the pocket. You can tell he wants to throw the football, go through his progressions. Nothing home, take off, and slide. I love the slide at the end. Don't take a big shot.
UCONN comes to the line after getting another 1st down. Leaves it with the back. And he had no option on that one. Defense ready for anything, and they stop him right at the line of scrimmage.
Defense is about firing off, hitting the offensive guys, and staying in your gaps. Everybody knowing where they're supposed to be. You could tell the defense, everyone was right where they're supposed to be, nowhere to run.
Operating in the red zone here on second down.
Run 18, run 18. Ready, go.
Looking to fire. Got his man. That completion will take it close to the 5-yard line. They'll mark it at the 6.
You get the completion, and now you set up a manageable third down situation in the red zone. This is a huge down in distance in this game.
The terrain gets rough this deep in the red zone. Third down, they can pick up the first without scoring. Oh, he'll keep it on the draw. He was fighting his way toward those sticks, but they'll stop him a couple of yards short. Now Wake Forest will stop the clock and use their first timeout. They'll have 2 left to work with before the half. The Huskies will come to the line to convert on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Couldn't find his man, and they'll give up the football on downs.
Man, aggressive play calls. Everybody wants you to be aggressive. They're aggressive. They take their shot. Now they got to live with a little bit of the consequences. They turn the football over on downs. Now their defense has to go out on the field and make some stops.
First play of this drive comes from the 5-yard line. Lopez throws to the wideout. Picked off. A turnover in their own end.
And that's a play the defense absolutely had to have. They've given up some big plays in this first half, and they're down on the scoreboard right now. Something positive needed to happen. Maybe that's the interception that changes the momentum in this game. It's now up to their offense to try and score some points here before the first half ends.
This late in the half, here's the question. How aggressive will the play calling be? They'll come out on this drive and let it rip. Safe completion on the screen. That throw and catch gets them down to the 6, and the defense is running out of answers. Now the offense wants to make sure everything's straightened out, and they call their first timeout. They'll have 2 left to work with before the half. Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. Quick completion to the right. And there were no creases or crevices to run through, and they shove him out of bounds.
Must be nice for this quarterback knowing he's got this type of athlete playing the tight end position. That can work the middle of the field for him. He's a guy who can stretch it vertically as well, but this is a guy the QB will look for early and often in this game.
Fires into the end zone. And it's picked off for the 3rd time today. And they make the play and make sure there's not any scoring opportunity right here before the end of the half. Just enough time to get off one final play of the half. Single back formation, and they give it to it. Stopped in the backfield as his defense doesn't want to let anything slip through here late in the half. And we are headed to halftime. Both squads headed into the locker room to make some adjustments. Gives us an opportunity to check in with Kevin Connors in our EA Sports College Football Studio Update.
Guys, it is my pleasure to welcome everyone into the Week 7 edition of the EA Sports College Football Update Show. We begin our whip around with Florida, taking on the number 3 team, the Texas Longhorns. And it's the Gators, able to escape with a 3-point victory. Talk about an upset. The victory gets this team to 4-2. It has not been a perfect start, but they are right in position entering the second half. Here now some other games you may have interest in. Social media certainly does. Inside the American Conference.
First play from scrimmage here in the second half, and they'll keep it on the ground.
Really good surge that time by the offensive line. You saw all those bodies by the defense being pushed backwards. That opened up the crease for the ball carrier. He's able to get a really nice gain there, setting up 2nd and inches.
And the Demon Deacons have their whole playbook open here on 2nd and inches. The give to the back. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball.
Man, when you go into the half and you're down, like that speech is usually pretty fiery. A lot of words you can't use on television. And so this coaching staff probably challenged their guys, and I like the way they started this second half so far. Physically, flying around, doing a great job stopping the run. They got to play like this the rest of the game.
And this is going to be incomplete on 3rd.
Yeah, I like the aggressiveness on 3rd and short, trying to throw the football, take advantage of a look that they got. They weren't successful, and now it's 4th and short territory. Who knows what they're going to do?
The Demon Deacons send out the punt unit. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. Makes the catch, and now looking for just a little bit of daylight. The UConn offense goes back to work. So they get the ball back after the defense forces a punt, and I'm sure they tried to make some adjustments at halftime after a little bit of a rocky first half. Solid run, picks up 6 and gets it to the 28.
And that's a good sign for this offense, maybe finishing this football game. Maybe they can get that ground game going. They've tried. They just haven't had a lot of success. Made them very one-dimensional. Nice to see them run the football with some efficiency later in this game.
Creates a little room, and they'll bring him to the ground after a short gain.
Another tough run for this offense, and I think a big reason why they're down on the scoreboard right now is they just haven't been able to get this guy going. They've tried to give him the ball a lot. It just hasn't paid off, but you get the feeling, too, if they are going to crawl back in this one, they need him to break one off, and it just takes one play for this guy. Don't be impatient. You got to keep giving him the football.
They'll keep this drive moving by picking up the 1st down. They have it at the 36.
And that's a good sign for this offense. A good 3rd down conversion, running the football. Obviously, last possession was not what you want. Like the interception and the turnover, good to get back on the field, get that first down. Now see how much more they'll be aggressive and maybe want to throw the football and put that mistake behind them.
And the Huskies have it with a 1st and 10. Looking for space. It's Reeder. Pretty good effort on that one to work his way up to the 42.
Definitely been tough sledding for this guy, especially in the first half. They gave him the ball a bunch, but they just don't have a ton of yards on the ground to show for it at this point. That looked like a pretty good run, though. You just wonder maybe in the second half, if they keep giving him the football, it may start paying some dividends.
6-yard pickup on 1st down leaves him with 2nd and 4. The give. Finding some room. Nice pickup there. Gets him the 1st down and sets him up at the 45-yard line.
Well, he was able to gash him on that play. You just give this guy 1 inch, one little crease. He puts his foot in the ground, and he gets north fast.
This UConn offense really has it going. They'll move the wide receiver. The offense changing the play. They think they can impose their will here with the run to the right. Oh, he got loose. Big pickup on the ground here to keep this drive moving and give them a 1st down.
I love that play call. This offense is going to run the football. They're not just going to do it between the tackles, but they're going to attack you outside. You saw that with that handoff. They get to the right. They get him in space using his speed. Good play call.
This offense hasn't found the end zone yet. Starting to move, it's 1st and 10. Might as well give it to him again. Makes his man miss. Defense there to stop him at the 20. Let's give him 3 yards on that carry. After the productive first down play, it's 2nd and 6. Going to the run, it's Reader. Tough, determined run, gets it down to the 12.
This defense really is on their heels. They've been on the field now for a long time on this drive, and they're just getting pushed around at the point of attack up front like we saw in that last play.
The Huskies kept this drive moving on the ground, now back to work. They'll give it to the back. Runs it into the house. Touchdown, UConn!
I mean, they didn't reinvent football in this drive. That was really impressive watching him just go down the field methodically, running the football a bunch and finally punching it in. David, we saw the turnovers throwing the ball in the first half. They decided just to come out here in the second half now and just get back to the basics, and it really paid off for them.
I'm about to say, it's more of a necessity, right? Like, this offense wasn't really good through the air. What do they do best? Pound the football. And it's not like we're not getting movement up front. This offensive line is doing a good job, and if they want to get back in this football game, you got to like the start right here in the second half. Like early in the second half, showing that you are physical and that you can still run the football even though you're trailing.
The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Here's Lopez to throw. Makes the grab. No chance to run, but still a good gain.
You see it more and more. Smaller wide receivers, I don't care about their size anymore. I put them in the slot. I let them get a good matchup. They're so quick, people can't get their hands on them. They make plays, and I feed them the football. These are guys that have a lot of catches throughout a season.
Picked up 5 on that last pass play. Now it's 2nd and 5. Lopez wants to fire. Makes the grab. It's Johnson. He almost picked up the first down on that one, but he'll be just a little bit short.
That's a great example of the defense there tackling the catch. As soon as the big fella caught the ball, down he went, not picking up the first.
It's 3rd down from their own 34 as they try to keep the drive moving. Here's Gio Lopez to throw. Quick completion on the out route. And he steps out of bounds after a nifty run and picking up a first down.
How nice is it as a quarterback when you don't have to throw post routes to get great stats? No, I can just throw it quickly to one of the fastest players in the entire nation and let him burn this defense.
Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Wiggins. Here's a little room there. There to make the tackle, and with that, we'll head to the 4th quarter. Right around the halfway point of the season, neither of these squads that we've watched today ranked, but here's the top 25 as it stands right now. One more period to go to see who can make the winning plays and come home with the victory. They go back to work in the final period of this one. Using his legs, it's Clark. Stop is made almost immediately. Give him 1 to the 23.
At this point of the game, the offense has the lead, and the offensive coordinator knows they want to keep running the football. So he's going back, he's looking at his playlist, and he's saying, which runs work the best for me in this game? What can I lean on right here to make sure we win this one?
Throwing, Lopez. Finds his big tight end. And that defense pushing him out of bounds after a short gain.
It's so important that this offense is able to stay on schedule, and what that means is keeping third downs manageable. That last completion to the tight end accomplished just that. Really nice play call.
And the Demon Deacons come to the line on third down, trying to keep this drive alive. Lopez to pass. He's got his man. He's run out of bounds after the big gain, and they are in business, first and goal.
Well, this defense has given up some big plays in this game so far, but they've got a lot of talent on that side of the football. Someone has to step up here, make a play, get a stop, and put their team in a position to win.
Makes a catch. He gets it in. Touchdown, Wake Forest. They add on another one, and they're about to push their record to 5-1.
And man, a lot of times late in games, you see offenses, they get very conservative, very predictable, and then they leave it in the hands of their defense. I like this execution, man. The offense continues to do what they do, and they take the 2-score lead in the fourth quarter, everything going in their direction.
Fielded in the end zone, it's Lang. Gets it out to the 20, about 5 yards short of where he'd be if he'd just taken a knee in the end zone. And here comes the Connecticut offense ready to go to work. There wasn't much need to throw it around on that last drive for the touchdown, Jesse. They got it done running the ball. Oh, the sweet spin, and he's free. Nice pickup on the ground there, and they'll move the sticks with the first down.
And busting big runs like this, we always talk about the running backs, but it's the big boys up front, paving their lanes, those receivers gluing on those DBs that make these plays really go for big yardage.
And how about those receivers? Not just the glamour of catching passes, but doing some dirty work, too.
No doubt. When they get on those guys in the second level and get on those DBs, that's when you break those big, long runs.
Hit hard as he released the ball on that first down pass, and it never had a chance.
And we need more of this from this defense, man. They have let this guy have too much time to throw the football. They haven't gotten that jersey dirty yet, haven't sacked him. But this is just as good as a sack. Getting to him, hitting him, letting him feel the physicality of this game, and not letting him feel comfortable.
UConn quick to the line. Making side adjustments here. On third and short, they'll try to convert through the air. He'll pull it down. He's knocked down short game, maybe a pickup of 3. That defense rallied to the ball in a hurry.
And how about the awareness by this guy on third down, a scramble play. Everything's breaking down, but he never panics and also knows exactly where he needs to get to pick up that first down. It's third. I can't slide early. I can't run out of bounds. I'm probably going to have to put my body on the line here and take a big hit and risk that to get this first. That's a big-time leadership play by the quarterback.
And this offense is going to have to be aggressive, right? Down a couple possessions, got to continue to get these first downs, move quick, don't be in a hurry, but they've got to keep the accelerator down because they need some explosive plays.
UConn comes to the line after getting another first down. They'll throw it from the red zone. Took a shot as he threw.
There's nothing better than being a defensive lineman and a defense period that pressure the quarterback, that gets hits on him, that make him feel uncomfortable, especially when you come into their building and you get everybody really, really quiet. That's a great feeling.
So now it's second and long. Wants to throw again. Under fire. Defense covering it up and not letting the offense get it back. It's a turnover.
And the offense goes 5 wides and spreads the field. The problem is that spreads you thin, and you only got 5 guys in protection, and they don't do a good enough job up front. The defense gets home, forces the fumble. Big play for this defense.
Finds a little bit of space, gets 3 to the 22.
And I like the first thought process right here. Run the football. We want to run that clock with the lead. Thank you to the defense for forcing that turnover, setting us up. Now if we can put a few first downs together, we're looking really good.
Keep it on the ground. Just enough there to get it to the 25, a pickup of 2.
Big third down for this defense. Listen, you've got to get the ball back. You know what they're doing. They're trying to run the football, but we need the clock to be on our side so our offense has some time. Got to make a stand right here on third down.
hauls it in. Such a big part to convert these third downs, and they've got it at the 42. Boy, the defense really needed to get off the field there, and they just couldn't do it, and it's a fresh set of downs.
Man, that hurts. When you're trailing late in the ball game, you need those stops, and you get them to third down. You get them to those critical points. Now they get the first down. You don't have many left. You better get aggressive.
We've reached the 2-minute timeout, and they have this game in hand right now, but we'll see just how aggressive they want to be on offense. They'll snap this one from the 42. It's 1st and 10. They'll keep it on the ground. The clock is on their side.
This is an area of the game. On offense, you've got to be able to run the football well. You've got the lead in the 4th quarter, and obviously you're in your own end here, but you want to bleed the clock. You want to stay on the field and keep getting first down, so you have to be able to run it.
They'll be perfectly content to go right back to the ground here on 2nd and 8. Pass, play action. Buying some time as he moves left. Leaping grab for a big gain. Guided out of bounds at the 22. A good play for this offense as they are threatening to score. The Demon Deacons go back to work after moving the chains through the air. Some misdirection with the counter. He stopped at the 14-yard line, and they'll stay on the attack from there.
I think you have to like what you see if you're the coaching staff here. Your offense is on the field, and it looks like you got a pretty good drive going, and you're just going to try and keep this thing marching, keep the clock ticking. You've got a really nice lead here late. Just want to find ways to keep the chains moving. They're doing that.
In the red area, it's Clark. Headed to the end zone. He almost punched it in for 6. They'll get him down at the 1-yard line. Running out the clock, a mere formality between them and a victory as we have victory formation coming. And they'll take a knee and watch this clock keep on winding its way toward a victory. Here comes the offense on 2nd down. All business today for this ball club. They come out and they get the win.
And that's all that matters. It's not always pretty. You don't always do everything you want to do or check all the boxes. But at the end of the game, Jesse, you want that W.
No doubt about it. They made the plays they needed to make in order to get this win. I thought the quarterback showed tremendous poise, good leadership throughout the course of the game. Defense made stops when they had to make them. So, right, there were some things that are going to need to clean up moving forward, but ultimately they were the better team today.
This has been a presentation of EA Sports College Football. For David Pollack, Jesse Palmer, and Holly Rowe, I'm Reese Davis saying goodbye, everybody.